by needing something to be perfect, what actually happens is often nothing, because we're so paralyzed by fear or analysis paralysis and overthinking everything that the action we want to take actually doesn't really get done, or it takes an extraordinary amount of time. So let's do some EFT tapping to release you from the burden of perfection, which is a myth, so you can just get things done without the sense of panic. Even though it seems that I have perfectionism, and it is stopping me from doing things I need to do, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though it really feels like it needs to be perfect. Otherwise, something bad is going to happen. And it's creating a lot of anxiety. I deeply and completely accept all of these parts of me. And the people who taught me perfectionism. All of this perfectionism. I have thoughts and feelings of how things have to be. And they have to be perfect. If I'm not able to do this perfectly, something bad is going to happen. Maybe I will fail some tests or exams. Maybe my boss is going to be very angry. Maybe I'm going to be fired. Whatever it may be, I have a belief it has to be perfect. Or what? What's the consequence I'm so afraid of? And who taught me this? Maybe I had to have perfect grades as a kid. Or I would be punished. Or maybe I'd see a look of disappointment on my parents' face. It could be so many things. But I've been taught that perfection is the only way. That perfection is how I get love and validation. That perfection is how I might get nice things or presents. And here I am today, years later, stopping myself against my will from doing something important. At least if perfectionism was a positive cheerleader, maybe I could keep it around. But what it really is a bully in my mind, scaring me with hypothetical disaster scenarios. I'm being oppressed by perfection. By trying to do things perfectly to be happy, I end up oppressed and anxious. There must be a better way. So here are a few things I do know with certainty. Done is better than perfectly not done. Getting started often brings more ideas, rather than needing the perfect plan before I start. I remember times I thought something was badly done, and it actually turned out to be absolutely okay or even better. So, can I really trust some of these thoughts in my head that say it's not good enough or you need to redo this? Or if it's not done perfectly, you shouldn't do it at all. Let's take a simple example of working out. If I'm feeling tired, maybe I can't go for a run. So the perfectionism dictator says, well, if you can't go running, you might as well do nothing. But walking would be better than nothing. Even getting up and doing 20 steps in this room would be better than nothing. Even putting a single dish away rather than 0 dishes away is better than nothing. What if I changed the objective in my head? So I can move from feeling oppressed to feeling encouraged. What if my objective is to get something partially done? And then from there, I can choose if I want to spend more time on it. Maybe this won't get me perfection, but it will definitely get more than analysis paralysis. I'm allowing myself to do things imperfectly. I would never scream at a 1-year-old trying to walk and saying, "You're so bad at walking, you shouldn't even try." Look at you all wobbly on your legs. You'd be better off doing nothing. I'd never talk that way to a toddler. So why am I doing it to myself? Who taught me this? I'm letting go of this pattern of bullying myself. This is not something I want or need to cultivate. Done is better than perfect plans. And I can figure it out as I go. Done is better than perfect. And I choose to believe what I'm doing is absolutely good enough. Okay, take a deep breath in and breathe out. I remember when I was writing my master thesis in behavioral finance, I had chosen, unbeknownst to myself, one of the toughest supervisors in the entire university. So he was really known, which I didn't know, to be like one of the most ruthless professors when it came to correcting papers, essays, and any type of work. And he didn't particularly like giving good grades. So I often found myself completely paralyzed in front of my Word document, overthinking how I could phrase a sentence and how I could organize the structure of the paper so it would be perfect, so it would get me the best grade, so it would be approved by the mean supervisor who didn't like anything. And the only thing that brought me to was hours of staring at a screen, starting to type a sentence only to delete it seconds later. Eventually, thank God, I had a bit of EFT knowledge back then, and I would just tap saying, even though I need this to be perfect, I deeply and completely love and accept myself, and just reframed it as whatever I do, it's good enough. Whatever I do, it's good enough. This sentence is good enough. This paragraph is good enough. Whether I spend 1 minute or one day rewriting a sentence and changing words, he's not even going to notice. He has like 60 pages of this to read and go through. So long story short, I was able to let go of the illusion of perfection by just reframing it as done is better than perfect. And if I can get it done fast now, I have that much more time later to tweak it so it's more optimal. That's eventually what I did. And all of the worst case scenarios that were floating in my mind about how this paper was going to be garbage and I would fail the class, of course, didn't happen, and I actually got a very good grade from the mean professor. So all of these thoughts and feelings, even though they appear really real in our minds and bodies, aren't fact. Feelings and thoughts are not fact. So I really want you to remember this. If you feel yourself still completely paralyzed by perfectionism, even after doing this tapping video, which might happen, I would really encourage you to try and go and explore the deeper root causes and moments or people that might have planted a program that's kind of running like a program in a computer that tell you if you're not perfect, something disastrous is going to happen. This can happen in very traumatic events where maybe we missed, a detail, or think we thought we missed a detail, and something really bad ended up happening. So it's kind of a form of perfectionism, would be a form of unresolved trauma or a way to mitigate the risk of it happening again, but it doesn't really work. I hope that this EFT video helped, and I will see you in the next one.